United Wolf of Benjamin, and welcome to my video. Today we're going to be talking about the laws of the land and how we should keep them, and also the laws of the Lord, which one we should keep more. Like, we should keep the laws of the Lord in priority of the laws of the land. I'm going to show you, but you should keep the laws of the land. I'm going to show you scriptures showing both. So we're going to start at Mark 12 and start at 13. And they send on to him certain of the Pharisees, that's those the rulers of Jerusalem at the time. Well, not the rulers, but they were like the rulers of the Jews, and they were against Yeshua and wanted to kill him. And of the Herodians, who were soldiers working for Herod, and they were Romans. They catch him in his words. So they were basically trying to catch him out so they could get him killed, because they hated Yeshua. And when they will come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true, and carest for no man, for thou regardest not the person of men, but teachest the way of Elohim in truth. So they're basically trying to compliment him to basically make him less suspicious. And is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? So they're asking him a very controversial question. Because they tried to put him in a dilemma. Because if he said that Caesar, you should give taxes, that's what tribute means. If he said that you should give taxes to Caesar, he would anger the Jews. But if he said that they shouldn't give tribute to Caesar, then after he would anger the Herodians which were with him. So they thought they were smart. They thought they planned this out very well, and that he would have no way out of this. And then we'll read on. But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny, that I may see it. So he tells them to give him a denarius. And then he says, and they bought it. He said to them, Whose is this image and superscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. So basically, a denarius has the image of Caesar on it. And then after, Yeshua answered him, and they said unto him, Caesar's. And Yeshua said unto him, Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to Elohim the things that are Elohim's. And they marveled at him. So he's saying that because the money that they got was from the rulers of the land, which was at the time Caesar. So we should give to the rulers of the land what they gave to us, because you can't expect them to give you something and then just not give it back. But he said, render to Elohim, and to Elohim the things are Elohim. So, because Elohim gave you, because it's talking about your mind. Because a lot of people will basically render their mind to the government. Like when they vote, with voting, is rendering your mind to them. Just taking surveys is rendering your mind to them. Basically, anything which uses your own thoughts is basically rendering your mind to them. But you should render your mind towards Elohim and show Elohim what you want, not the world and not the government system. So now we're gonna go to the book of Romans, chapter. We'll go to chapter 30 and start on 1. So let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. So that's talking about the government authorities. For there is no power but of Elohim. The powers that be are ordained of Elohim. So the powers that are today, like Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, all the rule government, they were given their power by the Lord. Because they didn't just wake up and then say, oh, I'm going to give myself power, and then they gave themselves the power. The Lord gave them the power. Whosoever resisted the power resisted the ordinance of Elohim. So you shouldn't resist the power, because Elohim gave them the power. And they that resist shall receive themselves damnation. So if you say, I don't like Donald Trump, I'm going to break the law, then you're going to receive damnation from yourself. For rules are not a terror to the good works, but to the evil. Because if you're doing good, then the government can't do anything to you. But if you're doing evil, if you're walking around stealing money and killing people, then the government will be a terror to you because they'll throw you in prison. Will thou then not be afraid of the power? So you shouldn't be afraid of their powers if you're good. Do that which is good, and thou shalt praise the same. So we should be good in the eyes of the Lord and the eyes of the government. Because if you're good in the eyes of the Lord, then the Lord will put you at peace among your enemies. For he is the minister of Elohim to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of Elohim, ready to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So if you do evil in the world, if you're like, oh, look at the stupid police, I'm gonna go damage the place up and do some vandalism because I feel like it, because I don't like the police. And after the Lord's gonna execute wrath upon you, whether ye must needs be subject, not only for wrath but also for conscience sake. For this cause pay you tribute also, for they are Elohim's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing. So we should pay taxes to them. We shouldn't not pay taxes just because we don't like the government. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honour to whom honour. So you should honour for them, fear them, and we should pay taxes to them, and render therefore to all their dues. So basically, Paul is saying that we should respect the government. And then it says, owe no man anything, so you shouldn't be like, owe money, they're not paying it. But to love one another, for he that loveth hath fulfilled the law. So you should love to fulfill the law. You shouldn't be like, we should hate our enemies and then go around hating people. That's not fulfilling the law. Okay, now let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, and we'll start at 13. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or to governors, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, and for the praise of them that do well. So that's also saying that the Lord, you should submit to yourself to every ordinance of man. But also it says for the Lord's sake. Then after it says in 14 that governors are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of them that do well. So the government aren't sent to basically do evil to you. They're sent to do evil to the evildoers. 15. For so is the will of Elohim, that with well doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. So the foolish men are talking about people who will go around breaking the law. They're going around smoking weed or vandalizing the place. In 16, as free, not using your liberty for cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of Elohim. So you shouldn't use the fact that you're free because you're in America or Britain to go around breaking the law. You should use the fact that you're free to serve the Lord. And 17 says, honour all men, love the brotherhood, fear Elohim, and honour the king. So we should honour all men. We shouldn't just honour who we feel like. And it says that we should love the brotherhood. That's talking about our brothers. Then it says fear the Lord, and it says honour the king. So we should honour those that are higher than us. But I'll show you an instance where the word of the Lord goes against where the laws of the land go against the laws of the Lord. So we'll look at Revelation 13. Then we'll go to, let's see, and he has power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So basically this is talking about the Antichrist and the false prophet. and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So that's talking about the mark of the beast. And no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's talking. So the number of his name is. I'll show you what the number after is. It says in the next verse. So here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So 600, 3 score means 3 times 20. So 3 of 20 is 60. So 366 or 666. So because on the world they're trying to normalize this sign, like, cause the OK sign, the sign where you put your finger index finger and thumb together and extend your fingers, that's actually shown the 666. And you also got the rock and roll sign where you put down all your fingers except for your index and pinky finger, which is also the sign of the beast, because it's showing basically the image of the head of the beast. So now we're going to look at Acts chapter. This is going to be the last one of today. So Acts chapter 5, and we'll start at 21. So this is talking about what happened. This is basically talking about what you should do if the scripture, if the laws of the land go against the laws of the Lord. And when they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught. But the high priest came, and they that were with him, and called the council. Wait, no, that's chapter 6, verse 20. No, that's chapter 27, I mean. So when they brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them straight, saying, Did we not straitly command you that ye should not teach in his name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. So these are the Pharisees, which were like the government in this time. They commanded Paul and the apostles not to teach in the name of Yeshua. And 29 says, Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, We ought to obey Elohim rather than men. So we should follow in this example. If the laws of the land go against the laws of the Lord, well then we should obey Elohim rather than men. So this is all for today. If you learned from this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Shalom.